This is ZYGER FIT. We are fitness for mind. We roar together.
Hello, Kirsty.
Hey, Zoila.
Hey, Kirsty.
Hey.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
It is a pleasure, guys. We are back in the studios, and in the studios I have, like I mentioned like 1,000 times before, Kirsty Smith from Natural Rays. How you doing, girl?
Yeah, it's really good to be here, thank you.
It is good that you are here. It is a pleasure for all of us that you are here, and it is a full-on interview that we're gonna have today. Yes. Kirsty, how are you?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. That's the 4th time I ask you today.
Just to make sure.
Just to make sure you're replying with the same answer, okay? So, Kirsty, tell me about you. You know, when we are talking about another person on the background or another person that we know, we normally say, we describe that person, right? But sometimes it's a bit difficult to describe ourselves from the third point of view. I want you to try and bend your mind and describe yourself from the third point of view. Who is Kirsty?
Kirsty is a functional medicine health coach, and she is someone that is very passionate about health in general, and specifically about hormone health and helping people thrive. So if there is something niggling, like not having enough energy, feeling low mood, brain fog, anything like that, she is the person that wants to help you feel better.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. It is a great description of yourself, because that means you have yourself in a very, high standard. The way that you think about you just made me think that I want to contact Kirsty to talk about my hormone problems, okay? Kirsty, so I know you have a business. Would you like to talk to us about your business, please?
Yes, absolutely. So as I mentioned, I am a functional medicine health coach, and basically what that means is I help people get to the root cause of their problem, so then they can know how to heal themselves, which going to everything you talk about on this show is super, super empowering. So that is what we're all about here. Yes. So I work with individuals to help them, but also working with employers. So to get into organizations, to get in front of employees, so that everybody in their day-to-day lives can feel the best. So that is in all aspects of our lives, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So every day we can feel like in that given moment we're turning up as the best version of ourselves.
Awesome. Coming a fire question here. Share with us a challenge that you have from a personal point of view that you have today, where you have to contact Kirsty Smith herself to help you going through. We are all going through things, even when we don't express them, right? But I want you to share with us one moment of today, and I know it's just half a day, but I know we have loads of things going on, especially we women. So can you share with us a special thing that happened today where you have to pull yourself back and talk to you?
Today, maybe actually coming here to speak with you, Zoila.
She was scared, like, no.
Just a little bit of imposter syndrome,
I
feel that, and especially for a lot of people in business, when somebody asks them to come and talk about their experiences, you kind of get that little voice that says, what do you know? Like, who's going to care about what you have to say? So I think just, overcoming that and knowing that, we all have so much to share, and we have, as you said, unique experiences and perspectives that other people are interested to hear about. So I would genuinely say that imposter syndrome and kind of quietening that like doubtful voice is probably something I deal with on a regular basis, and today was no different.
But it is good to have you here, and good to see that you went through the imposter syndrome and you call it you are imposter syndrome, so I'm not gonna listen to you unless it's to save my life, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's not always bad, you know. The imposter syndrome is there for a reason, but we have to be able to kind of address it in the best way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kirsty. So what is your normal thing in your business? What services you provide in a nutshell?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, my business has been growing over the past 3 years, and how I started out was working with women mainly, individually, one-to-one health coaching, so helping them understand their specific symptoms and helping them how to heal. And then from there, it's grown into an online course with group coaching programs. So,
awesome.
Yeah, access, so enabling, bringing communities together, enabling people to access services at a more accessible price, which was a really passion of mine, right, with creating the group program.
Yeah.
And then another reason to get into working with employers and organizations is again having more impact, being able to speak to more people. So in a nutshell, that's what it is, and it's health coaching. So really helping you understand, like, what's your priorities, how do you want to feel, and how can you take the steps, how big or small, every single day to feel the best you want to feel. Yeah.
Awesome. So to bring the best in a physical and mental way, well, mental by thoughts and all of that, that is impressive. You know that sometimes, because I'm a coach as well, and sometimes I have to pull myself back. I call Zoila Garman on ZYGER FIT and I kind of get myself to the medium level, to the standard, to the balance level where I see myself as capable of doing things. Because sometimes when you're trying with clients, you get so involved with them that you get so that happens to me, right? And I learn, I'm proud to say this as well, because I get low because it is important for me that my clients, they get to the level that they want to get. So it is like you identify yourself so much with the other's story that you get to lead their story as well. Does that happen to you?
Yeah, I think I resonate with what you're saying, in that you are so passionate and you want your clients to succeed so much, whether that's in health or with you, whether that's in business, whether that's, a lot of the work that you do is like overcoming those limiting beliefs. We are so invested in our clients, so we really sometimes we can take their struggles and obstacles on as our own, whereas it's really important as a coach to be there to support and hold space for those, for the people that we're serving, but ultimately to acknowledge and to empower them that this is their journey, and that it's for them to do the work that we are helping them do.
Yeah, because basically you holding their hands, you are identifying yourself. It's not your issue, but you want to help so badly that you make it your issue, you make it your journey, and therefore kind of it teaches you where to go and how to bend in order to move forward, for example. But it is important as well to understand that it is not our duty to move them on. You know what I mean? Like, you point at the road and there is an aha moment. That's how I call it. Well, we all call it that way. Aha moment. Where our clients understand, like, what is it that we needed to do in order to continue to move on. Which is the moment in which I feel like,
and exactly, you don't want to take away from their own self-discovery, because as you say, that aha moment, when you get to witness that with a client, it's amazing. But more often than not, those aha moments come when we're not there with them. They come when they're like, somebody's thinking about something in the shower and they're like, oh, okay, this is what I discussed with Zoila or Kirsty. So it's a shame because we don't always get to see the aha moments, but then we will see them in the transformation, which is one of the most motivating factors when you work in this sort of area, is seeing how somebody felt quite overwhelmed and lacking hope at the beginning, to then see them go on this journey and to come at the other end with so many strengths and different skills.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And even more when it comes to hormones. It is a topic that I don't manage as much as you, Kirsty. Like I am, biology at 0. But because I am a human being, by default, I have to experience somehow these type of changes that hormones causes.
Yeah.
What is the most common change that you can discuss now with us that normally a woman experience, but it is uncertain, like we don't talk fully about it?
Yeah, and so this is why I'm so glad that I've got invited here to talk about it, because I feel sometimes that talking about menstrual health,
taboo.
It is taboo.
A taboo.
Exactly.
It is a taboo. And we are, don't talk about
Yeah,
menstruation.
exactly. And you know, you've got people around you that you want to have those empowering conversations with, so it's awesome to have this platform to do it. And I think that, you know what, that's probably a really great place to start, is starting to think about your menstrual health a little bit more and tapping into it.
Witchy woman!
Starting to just understand what's going on for you, so then when things change for you, you know, okay, that doesn't feel normal for me, like maybe I just need to like monitor this for a little bit, and then maybe then you need to know, okay, what's impacting my hormone health, you know, my low mood, or maybe pain that I'm having, or different things like that. And there are so many factors that feed into it, but I think in our modern lives, like, we have to acknowledge the stress and, you know, the pressure that a lot of women in particular are under. You know, we most often than not by nature are people pleasers, so there's a lot of things that we tend to put a lot of other people and other duties before ourselves, and then, you know, we experience it in our menstrual cycle. You know, if we experience symptoms, it's often because we've probably not been prioritizing ourselves and our own health.
That is true. That is so true. Like sometimes we just take it as a normal thing, which is not prioritizing or understanding the changes and the physiology of it all.
Yeah.
And therefore we just, it comes and goes, you know what I mean? But really understanding the changes is what gonna give you advantages to either act or don't act accordingly, you know what I mean, to get a better result in the next cycle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, coming back to my earlier point in terms of, starting to think about it, not thinking of your period, your menstrual cycle as something that's happening to you.
Don't talk about
Don't say the P word on the radio. It's not something that happens to us. It's not something that we have to endure. It doesn't have to feel like that. Like it doesn't have to be a week or 10 days of every month that we dread. It can be an empowering thing that happens to us, and something that we can celebrate, and something that we can actually look at as, it's like a monthly scorecard. This is the way that I say this is how I talk to my clients about it. I'm like,
hold on, say that again.
It's a scorecard. It's your health scorecard. So you know, it's basically, you know, from month to month if you're healthy. Like our blood,
you have to patent that name,
our health scorecard. Like we are getting signals from our body every day of our menstrual cycle. So if we know the symptoms and signals to look out for, we can then know if things are off balance for us. We can know if I'm feeling, you know, my signals are showing me that I'm really healthy, or my signals are showing, or actually maybe there's some elements in my life that I need to, you know, to upgrade, shall we say. So and it is so true what you say. Many people think it's a taboo, it's a, oh, please don't talk about that because it's quite uncomfortable, but it's nature. Exactly.
I mean, since you, like for example, we women, since we are a certain age, 13 or something like that, we have to deal with menstruation. And I'm sorry for my male audience, but you have to learn as well, because somehow you have to deal with either a mom or your partner or some friends, your sisters, or some people around you, and somehow your input as well, it helps.
Exactly.
As in being supportive in this time of menstruation, will give you an opportunity to appreciate the person that is around you and support them in so many ways, because many people don't know that when you have a menstruation, you're not you.
Yeah, our hormones impact us in so many ways. They impact our brain, so that impacts how we're feeling, like mood, emotions. They impact our immune system, they impact our gut, they impact everything. And I feel like when we understand the fluctuations of our hormones and how that moves on a monthly basis, we can be much kinder to ourselves. So instead of saying, oh, like I was so much better at doing this last week and why can't I do this today, we can acknowledge, oh well, actually it's where I am in my cycle, and I know things will start to get better in a couple of days, instead of really beating ourselves up about it. And going back to your point, as like, you know, the men in our lives, the more that you understand the menstrual cycle, the better relationships you are going to have with the women in your life, for sure.
Definitely, because that shows that you are supporting a person even when you don't understand what is going on. You know what I mean? Like, people, especially male audience, please understand, we need to be understood. On those time, and the fact that you show that you care, it just makes us feel important. We understand that we are important, but in those days our hormones go so crazy that we go on the low and high in 1 second at the same time, and all together in one simple box like that, little. It's crazy. It is crazy. But then your support, including everyone, your support just makes the difference, just makes us feel welcome, united, makes us feel unique. Okay, so for now we're gonna go to the news, and then we're gonna come back with Kirsty. We're gonna be talking more about hormones, the changes, the mental and physical well-being. So stay tuned. Here, the news.
They carry across Northern Ireland, parts of Scotland and Northern England.